Are you looking to learn more about mastitis? If so, then you're on the right video, because today I'm going to share with you 10 possible ways to treat it and more. Aloha and welcome to today's video, 10 ways to treat mastitis. My name is Icelyn, and on this channel, Boylan's Happily Ever After, we share family videos, mommy videos, and have product reviews. So if you're new and this interests you, please consider subscribing. And if you want to know more about anything you see on this channel, be sure and check the links down in the description below this video or leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you there. And as always, please share these videos where you can, especially if you think they might help someone. And also, thank you to those of you who have subscribed since my last video. Your support here means so much to us. Now, for today's video, I want to give a quick little disclaimer before I get started. I am not a medical professional. You should always follow the advice of your medical professional. What I share in these videos is just my opinion, and I hope it helps you learn more and get educated and also seek out more information on these topics. I have always had a passion for pregnancy, labor and delivery stories, babies, so this definitely is a topic that interests me and I know quite a bit about. I have had 4 babies, 2 at home, 2 in the hospital, had a miscarriage, and I've shared a lot of pregnancy type videos on this channel. I have a couple playlists. I'm going to be sure and link everything down in the description below for you, so be sure and go and check all that stuff out too. So naturally, after having 4 babies, naturally, or unmedicated, however you like to reference it, you tend to be someone who wants to nurse your baby if possible. And since I had 4, I nursed almost for 4 years, all of them for a year after. I feel like I had mastitis only twice during it, but it might have been 3 times. The first time was with my first, about 3 months into nursing. It happened really fast and was extremely painful. The second time was with my 3rd baby and was more around 5 months in. Yeah, that was it, just twice. If you don't know, mastitis is a clogged milk duct. Your breasts, they have ducts, the milk comes out of them, they're internal to external, and it can be something that becomes very serious very fast. Super painful, something you just don't want to mess around with. So talking about home remedies is a little bit risky. I feel with my second one I was much able to catch that sooner and treat it, whereas with my first I went to the doctor right away and got on medication. Like it was like morning to noon and I was just drained, sleeping, passed out, and when I woke up, it's just, you usually get a red patch in the area. If it's underneath, you can't see that. It makes it harder to see. I feel like with my first, it was like on the top, and with my second, it was below. It'll like hurt when you nurse, it'll hurt when you touch them. With my first one, it's gonna make you maybe not even want to nurse, but that's not the way to go about it. Like, I remember manually massaging in the shower, trying to express with hot water and just get that duct unclogged. So if you're on the verge thinking about it or just even planning ahead, let's get into these 10 things. And hopefully you're not on the verge of getting one, because it can be miserable. And I also feel like a little bit of these things that I'm going to share here can be preventative, so I hope this is super helpful for you. The 2 lifesavers that I found was, 1, I had a pump and I just pumped off as much as I could, as often as I could. And then even have my daughter nursing after, because that nursing action will help stimulate the duct and help suck and pull anything more out. I remember it took a few days to feel better, and more like up to a week till I felt back to normal. And I feel like the red streaking got bigger and faster really fast. That started to happen where the infection was. The second lifesaver was nursing when my daughter was laying flat. So like lay her on the back and then leaning over and using gravity to the effect, and dropping my breast and nipple down into her mouth. And something to keep in mind, thankfully she wasn't like a newborn baby. You don't want them choking on the milk when trying to do that. She was a little bigger, and which also then meant there was more suck, which also helped. And then you can even do that at different angles, use your baby to your advantage. Nursing at different angles can help fully drain the whole area of the breast and help prevent you from getting an infection. I feel like sometimes they say a pump can cause that because it's not like getting every area, it's kind of isolated. So nursing really ideally is the best way to help express as much milk as you can. So the first one, pump. The second one, self-express. Just manually doing that. The third one, angle nurse from any angle you can. Number 4, use a warm wet washcloth between nursing and as often as you can. Get the water to comfortable temp with your hands, rinse it out of the washcloth, and then lay that on the area. That's going to definitely even help with the pain and the pain management that you're going to feel from it. Number 5, check your bra. Make sure it's loose fitting. I feel like this might have been the reason why I got the second one when I had my son, was because some of those bras will have wires, they'll be poking. You just want to be as comfortable as possible. If that means even going maybe without a bra. Just throw on an old t-shirt and hang out at home. You're not going to want to be trying to do more than you should be anyway if you're fighting mastitis. Now, number 6, pineapple juice. Pineapple juice has an enzyme in it, bromelain, which is like a protein known to break down stuff, which then can make your breast milk less sticky. Breast milk is super sugary, thick, and so including pineapple juice in your nursing routine every other week, maybe once a month, might help prevent you from getting mastitis and also help treat it. I love pineapples, so that's a given for me. I'll eat the fruit and drink the juice. Favorite fruit. Number 7, I can't take credit for this one. This one was shared with me by a family member, but cabbage leaf. And so I was like, what? Really? No way. I did a little research. I Googled it. I was so glad she shared this with me. This is actually even something that women will use when they're done nursing and they're looking to dry up their breast milk. I was a little on the fence with this one because if you dry up your breast milk, it might not come back. And I didn't want to risk that. And number 2, I felt like more the goal is getting the milk out, not drying it up. But what you do is you crush the cabbage leaf and you put it inside your bra. And I love that because the cooling effect of the cabbage leaf was amazing. Like, it's hot and it's burning in that area, and that was super helpful. And then you can also, don't like just shove a giant leaf in there, but take just a little piece of it, you know, about the size of the patch of where the mastitis is, and use that, and then trade that out every so often. And number 8 is increase how much you're nursing or even pumping. The goal is to get that duct flowing again, get it unclogged, get that milk out of there. So maybe if your baby's already starting to eat solids, pull back some solids so they're hungry and wanting to nurse more. Number 9, massage as much as possible. And this one's going to be a hard one because you're not going to want to touch it and it's gonna be painful. It's one of those scenes where you kind of push through the pain. Don't push too hard. You don't want to burst a milk duct or anything. If it's your first time getting mastitis, you probably should see a doctor. Get an idea about treating it, what it feels like. If you've already had one and you're watching this, you might want to try some home remedies, but keep an eye on it. Don't let it go south for you fast. Infections are not something to mess around with. Lastly, number 10, increase water supply. I know I feel like that should almost be the first one. However, you're going to want to start pushing those fluids and cleansing your body. And for me, personally, I feel like whenever I nursed, my body would just take anything I took and was giving it to the baby and not giving it to my body. So drink your water, increase it as much as possible, flush your system. So that's it. That's the 10 ways I wanted to share with you to treat mastitis. I hope this helped you. You learned something new. If you did, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out those other videos and links that I put down below for you. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one. Mahalo!